You want to know a really bad place for your truck to run out of fuel? Way out here. I'm already so annoyed with the amount of grinding I need to do today. What a way to start. At least while I'm gone rescuing my truck, my operation will continue to run. Well, that was fun. Now that it's got a little bit of fuel, let's get it back to the lava pool. Then we can top it up nice and quick. And our little operation's been rolling along, but we finally have a pickaxe, so that means we can dig ourselves down to the deep dirt if we want to. And we do want to. And since I already have a pretty functioning setup here, I'm going to continue to build this. I'm basically going to continue that conveyor down, then set up a mine down there somewhere. And yes, this is still going to take a very long time. But once I get it set up initially, it will be a great investment. It will make us enough money to buy whatever ground we want and find the very deepest of everything. At least on the bright side, the digging this out is going to take so long that by the time I'm done setting it up, I'll probably have enough money to actually buy the parts I need to build it. Also, we're quickly running into our first problem. I think that's actually like the undiggable ground, so I'm gonna have to turn my operation and go that way at some point. I guess I did buy a few spare parts for a reason, so at least we can mock things up to see how they're gonna fit. So I think there's gonna be basically a corner there, so I've got to dig that way from this spot. Truth be told, we're probably gonna have to dig out double wide because we've got to set up an entire mine down here, so there won't be any shortage of pickaxing for us today. Okay, there's my missing smelter that I lost before, but we're just about at sort of the bottom as far as I can tell, so we could probably actually level ourselves out and start mining right in this little pocket. But I've got to dig a big space out of here to accommodate an entire mine, so we're going to do a whole bunch of digging before I shut down my other operation, because then we're not making money anymore. I actually dug straight into my old tunnel, which is actually kind of helpful because now we can see how low down we are and it gives us a bit more room to work with. Luckily I bought way too many pipes last time I was playing just in case such a situation arose. This is the spot where the pipe has to go all the way to the surface, and that actually broke all the way through, so that's handy. That's not as deep as I thought. Then I'm long overdue to unload some of the truck so I can actually see what I have in there. So now I just need one conveyor, one turn conveyor, 2 risers, and then a whole bunch of pipes. All the way to the shop where I'm gonna buy one more than we need of everything.
Because I don't want to come back here ever again.
And yes, these are pretty expensive, but they'll easily make their money back over time. Even though that is $2,000 of my current $4,500. But at least buying a million pipes is unreasonably cheap. While I'm at it, I might as well buy a gem polisher hook because we're dumping a bunch of gems on the ground. I could just probably polish them at least and combine them later. Any of the small things we can do to upgrade our operation right now, we're gonna do because we need that money. And since I was going past the shop on the way back anyway, we're gonna take the time to buy more repair kits because we're just endlessly gonna need these. So the new route the water is gonna take is gonna come out of there, but instead come up into this pipe and run down through the conveyor system. Speaking of which, I think we're actually at the point where I can relocate my drill down to the bottom and find out where we're gonna position it. I think we got enough resources saved up that I can get away with doing this. Might have to lower those conveyors down 1 level, but I think I can get away with that. I got plenty of room to work with down here. Okay, I got things changed around to the point where that should work very happily. We're going to move the conveyors out of here because as much as I joke about having lots of room, well, it's really just a joke. Okay, I got the water all very clumsily plumbed into the conveyor system. Now we just gotta feed lava down to that. And with a little ingenuity, that shouldn't be too hard at all. Plus, you got tons of pipe pieces laying around. I'm a little bit concerned that that's going to be in the way of the conveyor, but that's a problem for later. Turns out we needed a few more pipes, and that's okay. We had just enough money left to finish this. I'm also going to spend the rest of my money on a pallet covered in pipes. This will make a lot more sense soon. I should really utilize pallets more. This is much easier and quicker. At least it was. Anyways, we're going to start throwing a bunch of pipes down the hole so I can grab them from the bottom, and then we'll figure out where to put them. Okay, this looks like it's all connected up and ready to go as far as I can tell. Hopefully I didn't put anything out of place, so we're about to fire it all up and make sure it works. The conveyor seems to be going, so that's a good start. This thing needs its intake put back on so it can start sending lava to the drill down below. And that's a good sign. It sent up its first bit of ice. Or whatever that was. That looked like iron instead. Not sure what that is or where it came from. Okay, this is called a frost rock. Apparently that also comes out from down below, so we got some different things that should be refined into new things as well. But now we're getting bigger, better resources out from down there. Like this piece of gold is going to be bigger than the ones in there. This is the piece of gold that it just mined up from the bottom, and if we grab like a random one, you see the size difference. So the pallet is not only useful for transporting a bunch of things at once, but I'm pretty sure if I put it below this, when this spits out its stuff, it should land on that, and then they'll all stick to the pallet for easy transport. We'll actually give it a try right now. There you go, my hungry little weirdo. Eat all that. Perfect. It's going to spit out the blocks and probably back up horribly. Well, it's a work in progress. We'll just let that do its thing for a while. That's fine. At least from there, it's easy to grab these things and sort of distribute them a little bit. And then it's easy also to maneuver them all. There's a whole bunch on here, but when we need these later, we can just carry them to wherever. And it took all of 10 seconds for our entire operation to come to a grinding halt. But we're going to start repairing everything again. That's why I keep buying repair kits. I do imagine also that we're finding lots of the energy gems, so I'm going to smelt them into bars and put them into the respective spots so they can further power our conveyor and other things. I also forgot about the gem polisher hook. We're going to go ahead and stick that on the end of the conveyor once we add another one on there. That's going to involve us relocating a few gems for a sec. Now we have a conveyor extension. I guess this is multi-directional, so now when the gems go through, they will get cut and we'll have bigger gems here anyway that we throw into the gem combiner over there. I feel like our buckets are getting much fuller of gold now and other ores because they're getting much bigger pieces. And we've got 3 shard booster things, so I'm going to cut the bar we just smelted into 3 separate pieces, one for each hungry little moron. Yeah, this will be fine. The shards should have us producing faster stuff and bigger stuff. I really quickly want to weigh the gold we have at this point. Actually, we can just hover above it, but we have 173 gold. That's $3,000 in raw value. For all of our trouble so far, we've gotten 1 cut emerald. We've got a few diamonds in this stockpile, so we will start manually cutting those and combining them, and eventually we'll have a massive diamond on our hands. And when we're digging from that deep, we should be able to find some cloudium. It's still going to be slow, but we will find it. I forgot that there was another lava drill sitting at the new shop we just built last time, so I need to come back with some money because we can double our output. And anytime you can double anything, you should without question. Okay, so let's make a little withdrawal. I'm going to borrow the iron just because that's some easy value and iron is super easy to find. Crushed it. Because even in raw value, that is $2,400. Plus, I apparently have a few iron bars sitting around. I don't really know what the story with those was. I don't remember, so we're going to smelt it all back into one giant mess. Okay, the iron is smelted. We'll figure out what this bar is and how much it's worth. That's $4,400. We can actually cut that in half. We need some iron for other building projects, so half to the shop, we'll sell it, and then we're on our way.
1 piece of iron for you, my friend.
And we're going to use that to buy our next drill. The next one after that is locked, but that's easy $430. I can make another drill at the forge. I need 500 iron and 100 gold, I believe that is. But the more drills we have going, the faster we're going to make those resources, so it just gets easier and easier. I also need to remember that I can make a jeweler here really easily. 50 iron and hard stone is super easy for me to build. So the next drill is going to go there. We're going to need another conveyor and more pipes. When I built all this, I wasn't planning on doing it this way, but just by happy coincidence, it's the way it worked out. So we're going to borrow that for a second. I've already got the T-piece here, so both of those can and will be going. Now we've doubled our production as our conveyor stopped coincidentally. Our production has gone up by a huge amount today. And those actually kind of broke at a good time because now they're all going to break down at roughly the same time again. Now we're getting a pretty steady stream of resources coming up that conveyor. And that's going to turn into all sorts of good stuff. Look at all that gold. I've grabbed our spare block of iron and the hardstone. We're going to bring that so we can set up the jeweler over there at the shop. As per usual, we're overachieving our iron. I still don't know how you're supposed to fit more hardstone in there, considering 4 seems to be the limit. Don't want to forget that. And now we have a place to sell crap when we're here with our new friend. I may have misplaced my money. I may have also left it sitting in one of the baskets somewhere. Is that all we got left? There it is. More repair kits. We're going to sit there watching those drills turn for so long. So at this point, I think it's worth grinding up the iron and gold we need to take to the top of the volcano to make another drill. Then the next one will be even quicker, and the one after that even quicker again. So 500 iron and 100, I think, gold. That might also be cloudium. It's hard to say. I'm hoping it's gold because it is still a pretty basic drill after all. And at the current moment, we have a total of 432 iron, so we're actually getting close there. And the gold, we have 407 of actually, so this stuff really is adding up fast. Wow, that's not going to work. So while our stuff is still mining and smelting away, we're going to start opening up a little bit more room because we're still going to need more drills. And I guess it makes sense to clear out some room just across because we can utilize the very same conveyor space. Just add another 3 drills if we want. And yes, we very much do want. We need all the money in the world so we can buy all the stupid things in the world. Alright, so after living my best mole life for a little bit, our gold is now up to 550. That's definitely enough to smelt into something good. The game definitely lagged just a touch when I dumped all that gold out, so that's a promising sign. And as far as the gems go, we found 1 onyx and 1 diamond, so we're finding those so far at an even rate since we got to the deep dirt. The iron we still needed a little more of, but I'm hoping the whatever's in here is enough. Wow, that sucked. I am also a little bit curious about the amount of cloudium we're finding. We found 33 pounds of it so far. That's actually worth $5,600 already. Plus another large nugget of it, plus the one up there. And our new iron total, 700 pounds. So I think we have what we need to make the new drill. So hopefully I'm understanding this correctly. I have 100, hopefully gold, 500 iron placed. I think it needs to be there. So we need to pull the lever up there. And nothing. That might be cloudium. We might need 100 pounds of cloudium to make another drill, but I'm not really sure. There's also a spot there for maybe something, but that could be for a type of item that wants something different. Well, I'm going to go back and babysit my operation until we figure out what we need. We actually seem to be mining cloudium at a pretty good rate now, so if it's cloudium we need, we should get up 100 pounds of that before too long. We probably have quite a few energy shards at this point as well. Those have got to be pretty big in weight. I can smelt those into a girthy 100 pound bar, and I'm going to put those in a booster down on my drill. That's going to make the drills work a lot better. Also, I probably need a booster directly for this, so I might cut that in half and put a booster right there. That way my refiner and the drills are working super hard. We're mining gold pretty quickly anyway, so I'm actually going to turn my gold into something valuable for a sec. How do I get my resource out of this? I've never really known. Here, give me a giant diamond. Then we're going to combine with a big piece of gold, and now we have a very valuable ring. Well, it's a bad day for jewelry at the stock market. An iron bar would go for 112%, but iron bars aren't very valuable anyway. All I want to do is sell this single ring for $13,700. Do we have a deal? We've got a deal. One thing I can do with this excess of money is buy 2 smelters. That's just going to make my life a little bit easier. That's a little bit of a luxury at this point, but we still have $11,000, so I won't complain. While we're at it, I'm going to buy the tier 3 construction crate. It's not as expensive as I thought it was, and that's hopefully going to maybe give us access to another drill if we're able to unlock this. I'm actually scared to see... Why is there a person already here? I'm scared to see how much this is actually going to cost. 5,400 hardstone, 400 core stone, 300 cloudium. Yeah, that's expensive, but at least we know. We haven't actually seen any core stone in quite a while. We found some at the very beginning and haven't since, and I don't know why. There's also got to be a way to put all the hardstone together into one. We'll figure that out eventually. For now, I'm going to go babysit my operation. But we also said we're going to add some boosters, so we're going to add some boosters. Before installing those boosters, I need to make a small change to, this. Because we need to put these auto smelters somewhere, and they're going to have to sink a little lower, so I've got some pickaxing to do. I don't think it needs to sit on the ground necessarily. It just needs the space to be able to be placed in space. And I've already ruined the other space for this thing, so this is all falling apart quickly. Okay, I think I got it. So, yep, those will just fall right in and smelt. The core stone, I'm going to have to rebuild the shovel somehow. That might just work. Yeah, that's fine. But we're definitely going to want some boosters down here instead that are going to simply run these guys a little quicker. So we just smelted a bar. That weighs 32 pounds, but that's okay because it's going to cause us to mine more of this stuff quicker. So we'll just keep smelting these bars as quick as can and throwing them into place as quickly as we can, and then we're just going to mine ever quicker. Perfect. I'm already going to get the next one of those going. That way we can just drop another bar in because it'll soon be smelted. In theory, actually, we can just take this itty bitty one and throw it in there because that's going to cause us to mine even quicker again and more results. We can add one here for our conveyor too. We just need another shard bar, but that'll make the conveyors run a little bit quicker. I'm also going to put one here so the mulcher goes quicker. I think if the mulcher has more power, it produces bigger resources as well. So it's also actually going to get at least 2 of these. Our cloudium at this point is up to 52 pounds, so I think we're actually halfway to what we need for a new drill. We have a single onyx that weighs 4.5 pounds. It's worth $1,100. So if we find any more of those, we'll combine it and make it even bigger. I just remembered where I left this big bar from earlier, so that's going to give this thing a hardy boost. And then we can take this little bar to give it an even hardier boost, albeit a small one. And I feel like it's been a little while since we made the game cry, so I'm going to go dump all of this into here. That's good, and that's going to produce a lot of the whatever bars. Yeah, that's fine. Those are all stacking up in the pallet anyway. And since I managed to replace some of my pipes with boosters, I'm going to connect my gem compressor all the way to the lava, and I'm going to do it right near where all the gems are spitting out. That way I can just combine them all for something to do while I'm waiting for something to happen. We do have quite a few gems, so we might as well. So all the sapphires I just threw together, that's 45 pounds, that's $1,100, so that is worth as much as that one onyx. Let's do a quick gold weigh to see how much. We've stacked up another 573 gold worth 10 grand in the past few minutes, so So yeah, we're really starting to produce a lot of gold. But I just got a fun new idea, so I'm going to throw my pickaxe in the truck. We're going for a drive. Because there's this other piece of ground right here that's close to town, but it's close to water and lava, and I kind of like the idea of that. The problem is it costs $5,000, which luckily doesn't seem like a lot of money to us anymore. And from there, it's just a matter of taking our pickaxe and digging ourselves down as deep as we can to see exactly how deep this goes and if there's different kind of dirt down here. Okay. This goes real deep before hitting a different kind of dirt, so we've got bigger things to look forward to. So it looks like we're about halfway down to the bottom as I peer through the wall. So if we get to the very bottom, there's got to be some big resources down there. I am a little curious to see if that's going to be worth it, so we're going to go and buy a new setup so we can actually test that deep dirt. So we need one of these guys, plus a shovel, plus a scale. That only costs $184. If we find something particularly big and valuable down there, we'll easily make that back in one single bucket. It's actually really close to the shop if you don't take the road. So the easiest way to do this is going to be to drop myself down the hole as best I can, take dirt from as deep as I can, unstuck myself, bring our handy bucket over to the unstuck location, rinse and repeat until our little bucket gets full, at which point we can dump the ice block into there and then go pour this in the lava, which I think is over here. And then we can see if this is better ground than the ground that we're on. So far there's definitely a few resources in there, and luckily we have a scale so we can actually weigh them straight away. We found 2 hardstone and 2 iron, but the iron's the one we'll weigh then. That's 321. That's actually pretty big, 628. So those are both about 3.15 pounds. So let's do the test one more time. This time we got 2 beautiful pieces of hardstone that are pretty well useless. So with that, we can just go back to our operation and keep on mining for the time being. I guess we really do have what we need though to build a ticket office at this point. We certainly have 200 iron, 10 cloudium we got. I just don't know how to fit all the heart in there, because it does seem to need to go into the box itself to count. But how do you fit 18 of those in when they don't stack? I feel like there's something I'm missing. While I'm trying to figure out what to do with the hardstone bars, we do have another big block of this stuff, so I'm definitely going to put that in place of that little guy. Let's also check our gold level. This thing's been running for a little while. We're up to 1,000 pounds of gold. This is worth $17,000. Maybe I can use the pallet of hardstone on top of the box, and that will allow us to have the resources we need. I think the other one was iron. The game did not like that, not one bit. To be fair, there is 1,300 pounds of it here, so that should smelt nicely into something. Combined with our existing iron bar, that's 2,000 pounds of iron, so we got plenty of that. And I think the other thing was like 10 cloudium. Wow, I'm really getting good at that. Cloudium we have 69.95 pounds of. So let's go see if we can jam it in that thing and just make this work somehow. Okay, test time. If I set that on top, does that count? That doesn't count. Cloudium bar was there for a second. I don't know why that worked. Yeah, like you can see from here that like if I was to set the crate down, one of them is technically within the constraints of that box. There's 2 of them in there. And like, I can't put them in and like press the button and have them disappear. So how am I supposed to get another 16 in there? I don't get it. We've got 10 times the iron we need. We got 7 times the cloudium we need, but we can't fit 18 of these blocks into there. I'm quite sure there's a way to do this, like to combine these blocks or break them down or something. I just have no idea what it is, because already it doesn't count this one because it's above the box. I think I understand now. The hardstone refiner I've been using, you can actually enter a number into. It's set to 10 by default. I just need to set it to the number we need it. That would make sense to me. So that's a $340 solution that I can afford. I'm getting tired. Okay, so I've installed it onto the machine. We need a value of 180 to come out of that or more, but we're going to start with 180 and then we're going to dump this in, and hopefully this works the way I think it. Well, there's a block of 180 somewhere in there. Okay, so we're going to pull a bunch of that off. You know what? We're just going to set this up again somewhere else, like right here, and then we're just going to do a fresh batch. I'm not dealing with all that. Also, because the value is already stuck to what it was, I don't even need to plug this in again right now. It's just sitting where it needs to be. So all we got to do is keep feeding these in. Okay, I managed to throw enough of these together that I now have a brick of 180. It's actually worth 1,440 itself. Well, we're at it. Let's, oh, I might have missed. Smelt what gold we have and use the giant onyx to create a ring of immeasurable value. Or I guess it's measurable, it's just a lot. Okay, so the mystery of the block has been resolved. Now we can put all the stuff we need into here. Now we get the ticket office. where I could buy a ticket for 200 T. I'm assuming that's not C in any capacity, so I've seriously got to mingle with these people. You used to want something, you've changed. This guy will give me 53 frost things for 1.5 weight. I don't know how those are relevant to me. I need a different kind of currency. But our beautiful ring is worth $28,000 to sell to this guy. But the stock market price is slightly up, so we get like an extra $500 to do it this way, which I'll take. Now we got lots of money. Okay, clearly these guys all need some iron, so I'm going to bring them some iron. We're going to get some of whatever those are, and hopefully that's the currency I need to get a ticket. So we're going to bring these guys a great deal of iron. Yes, sir, I brought you all you can eat of iron. He's well chuffed. I got T53, so I just got to give the other guy iron and find one more person that wants some of my garbage. This person wants 52.5 weight in gold. I might actually have that on me, believe it or not. Oh, I've got Cloudium instead. They want 42.5 weight gold bar. Yeah, I can get that for you. It's going to take a sec. That's also really expensive. Yeah, this guy wants 1.5 weight of iron, which I'm pretty sure is any one of these. Here you go. Okay, and this guy wants raw gold. So we need a giant iron bar, which I was shown would hand to me, and just some raw gold. Okay, I gave the Queen of the World one giant gold bar. So I get a small reward for that. Actually, that's a huge reward. And Idiot Stick wanted a single piece of gold. That'll cover it. Thanks for giving me the change back as well. That was definitely more the weight than what you wanted. But now I got $300 something, which means I get a ticket, so I get a boat ride. So I'm pretty sure I dropped that in there, pull the thing, and off we go. I'm not sure I should have brought my vehicle. But so far I regret nothing because it's much faster than my legs. And it looks like there's some new vehicles here, one of which is absolutely enormous. What does that do? Lava hauler can lift heavy items and store regular items. It's so big. There's also a vehicle for flattening out the ground, a lava bike, and a lava thaw. Utility vehicle used for tunneling holes with its side-mounted lava cannons can be upgraded to dig at deeper tiers with boosters. I noticed most of these cost the other currency and not the money that I've been grinding up. So I guess I need to rethink my entire strategy again. So I guess I grinded up a bunch of things to get to the island where I just revealed that I need to grind up a bunch of more things to actually utilize it. I guess we could always play with this thing. Like, can we get a bar that's 2,000 in here? Luckily, I left it all laying around so conveniently for myself to pick up again. So after cleaning up everything I had on the ground and dumping a little more in, we're up to 1,400 pounds of hardstone. So if we change the value to 1418, it'll actually spit all that out in one giant brick of value. And that's worth $11,000 for a brick of dirt.